Hi, this well story is about the sandwich generation and financial planning through the years. Normally, when we start financial planning, we're in a particular state of mind, and then over a period of time, your financial situation, your circumstances, and your aspirations are going to change. And this is exactly what we're going to look at in Vinay and Anushka's story. Vinay and Anushka were a young couple in their 30s when they started financial planning. At that point, they didn't really think that planning could help improve their lives or help them achieve certain things. And their focus was more on spending related goals. So Vinay loved to travel. Anushka was a big technology buff, and she believed that she had to own like the latest gadgets every year. And so this was the main thing that they wanted to plan for. The one thing they were very serious about was ensuring that their daughter was educated in an IB school, and they also wanted to save to send her abroad for her higher studies. They weren't so serious about retirement, but one thing that was weighing on Vinay's mind was that his parents were getting older and they were not in the best of health, so he wanted to provide something for them as well. Anushka's biggest aspiration at that point was to own a house, but they felt that this could wait until they were in their 40s, and the kind of budget that they had set for the house was 1.5 crores. So in that original financial plan, they had an intention of saving money for the house about 10 years down the line for 1.5 crores. They wanted to set aside a medical reserve of 15 lakhs for Vinay's parents, and they wanted to make sure that they were saving enough to send their daughter to school every year, and they wanted to save about 1 crore for her higher education when she turned 18. Now, in the intervening 3 to 4 years, life happened, and as always, it was a mixed bag. So, few good things that happened was that Vinay got promoted and he was doing exceedingly well in their career. They had their second child, and Anushka moved from a full-time role to a part-time role. And unfortunately, Vinay's mother suffered from a stroke, and she had become kind of frailer and more bedridden and required more medical attention. Now, when this last event happened, that medical reserve that we had built for them really came in handy. And in many families, it takes a medical emergency before people become serious about getting comprehensive health insurance coverage or actually creating a medical reserve for these kind of emergencies. So after that event, they became even more focused on having adequate medical coverage, and this became a priority goal for them. And also because they had a second child, they wanted to save for that second child as well. And when their initial target for the house was 1.5 crores, in this time they bumped it up to 2.5 crores because they realized there would be a possibility that their parents would want to live with them, or that it would be easier to manage their family in this kind of environment. So as you can see, a lot of us are going to be that sandwich generation where we're supporting two generations at the same time. So Vinay and Anushka were supporting their parents as well as their children. And if you're in that space, you have a lot of responsibilities to handle. And the thing is, financial planning can make it so much easier to handle those responsibilities and make sure that your journey and your aspirations are also comfortably met. If you'd like to get financial planning done for your family to make sure that all of y'all have the best possible lives that you could, do get in touch with us.